Diigo is an online annotation and outlining service for educators and students. Once you sign up and sign in, you are brought to your Diigo library. The first time that you sign in, there will be a link in the corner that says Download Chrome extension. Once you click on that, you will have this blue square in the corner of your browser that lets you annotate on the web. Once you are done with that, you can add the link or bookmark or PDF that you want to annotate. For a bookmark, you can copy and paste the URL that you want your students or that you want to read. You can also give it a title. Once you've given it a title, you can add the bookmark to your library. You can click the link and it brings you to the PDF that you want to read. Now that you have it open, you can annotate it and click the extension in the corner of the browser and click Annotate. Now that you clicked Annotate, you can have your tools on the top of your browser and you can start annotating. The first thing that you can do with Diigo is highlight. You click on the highlight button on the top of the screen and you can click and drag so that you can highlight a sentence. Once you've done that, it is highlighted and is saved in the PDF. When you highlight, there's a little icon on the corner that lets you change the color of the highlight. You can change it to blue. And then you can also add a sticky note. If you add a sticky note, you can say something like "This is important," so that you know that when you scroll and you see the sticky note and you scroll over it, then you can see that and it's useful for your students to know that they have to come back to it. Another thing that you can do is add another highlight. You can change the color on the top and then you can just click and drag and highlight another section. Once you do that, you can also change the color or add another sticky note, but you don't have to. Another useful tool that Diigo has is the search button on the top. You can put in a certain phrase like middle grades, and it shows you all the instances where middle grades comes up. This was useful for students if they want to find a certain concept or quote in the reading that they are doing. Once you do that, you can add a float note. You can add a float note to anywhere on the screen. If you search for something, you can add a float note right next to it and say, "Come back to this later." And save it. Once you do that, then students can see that they are scrolling and they can scroll over the note and say, "Come back to this later," so that they know that they have to review this. The last thing that you can do is look at all the annotations that you've done. On the left side of the screen, it shows you all the annotations that you've done, and you can even click on them so that you can go to them in the PDF. It also shows your sticky notes and float notes so that you can see what you wrote and if you need to review anything. Once you are done with this, you can either save it, use these tools to save it as a PDF, or save it to your computer. Once you are done with that, you can click on the Diigo logo, and it brings you back to your library. Now you can see all the highlighting that you have done. You can also share it with anybody in your class. So if you're a teacher, you can share the annotations that you've had with your students. Or if you were a student, you can share with your teachers to show the work that you have done. A very useful tool that is associated with Diigo is My Outliners. This is very important for students with disabilities, such as a student who cannot write very well, or if a student has something like ADHD and is very hard with organization. You can create an outliner, give it a title, and create it. Once you do this, you can click on the button on the left side of the screen and it shows everything that is in your library. You can click on the thing that we just annotated, which is "This We Believe," and you can click on the number of annotations. Once you do that, you can see what you highlighted and you can click Convert. When you click Convert, it converts what you highlighted to an outlined form. You can see your highlights and your sticky notes, and you can even write something yourself. Students can use this to stay organized while they are writing and practice their note-taking skills. Educators and students alike can use this to provide organization and note-taking skills and share with each other important facts about the reading.